And the thing is, I feel like this is something deep down way from childhood. You don't trust anything. You don't trust anything. The only time I've ever seen this level of distrust in my life, in which really I'm not super experienced with things, right? Sure, I'm experienced, but not that experienced. But the only time I've ever seen this level of distrust is usually with somebody who was in the system as a child. Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly reading. We're going to do something a little bit different today, just because I intended on doing this for last week's all signs readings, but turned out they were going really long. So, and I try to record the all signs all in one day, but I was literally doing like 15-20 minute readings for each sign, and I just can't go that long. I just can't. It's so exhausting. So I decided to put these as the weekly readings for this week. What we're going to do is we're going to see what is holding you back in love. What inside you is holding you back. Because, you know, as within, so without, right? As above, so below. So there's something inside. If you are looking for a relationship and you have not found the one you're looking for, what is it within you? Look, Ace of Cups. What is it within you that is potentially holding you back, or something for you to consider, okay? So show me Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, please. Yes, check all your major placements, especially if you don't resonate with this one, because maybe the others will, okay? Oh, Three of Swords. All right, show me Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, please. What do they need to hear? What is it they need to hear that's potentially holding them back? Let's see here. All right, show me what's potentially holding Sag back from a meaningful love relationship, please. Or one that's satisfying, meaningful. Okay. Oh, we've got a lot. Okay, we've got Seven of Swords, the Devil, Judgment, Empress, Chariot, King of Swords, and Strength. Now, this is not going to be like your typical tarot reading, okay? But what I'm doing is I'm taking all this and merging it into one idea. But what that does is when they give me this many goddamn cards, I know I complain every time. When they get, and with this reading, I've been taking everything that comes out, and so it breaks it down and makes it quite detailed, which can make it so that some people don't really resonate with it, but very certain few. So it can kind of make it a little exact. But anyways, I will read that here in just a minute. Let's go with the rest of the cards. What's the advice for Sagittarius regarding this issue? What's the advice, or what should Sagittarius consider regarding this issue, please? Almost. We've got Five of Pentacles. Nope, those are not it. Okay, those are face down. All right. Five of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay, so, and then the third card is going to be how you can set an alarm in the system to let you know the sun's coming out. I'm like, setting an alarm into the universal system here, so that it can show you certain patterns or signs or numbers or something like that for what you intend for it to do. It's kind of like setting the microwave. You know, the microwave is going to go off when the food's done. Same thing with the universe. It's no different. So what signs, patterns, that signs or patterns or numbers should Sagittarius consider to use for their alarm that love is coming? Love is around the corner, meaningful love. We've got Seven of Wands. Okay, good. I'm going to go over these now. All right. So, this one we got Seven of Swords, Devil, Judgment, the Empress, Chariot, King of Swords, and Strength. Got a lot of big cards here. A lot of big cards. Wow. Okay. But they're going to make it remarkably easy for me. Okay, which actually surprised me, which is why I made the face. I'm laughing at my reaction, not you. So basically what this is, yeah, it's like a general distrust of everything. General distrust of everything. There's nothing real specific. It's like a general distrust. Seven of Swords is like, you know, not trusting, you know, what you're seeing or what you're believing, with whatever's going on. And what we have here with the Devil and Judgment, it's like with the Devil, you don't trust like what you're heavily attracted to, or what you're attached to. You don't trust the fears. You don't trust some actions that you're seeing or some actions you want to take. You're not trusting when you feel really attracted to somebody who feels really important to you. It's like a general avoidance, not trusting your own heart, Chariot, not trusting your own mind, King of Swords, not trusting your own strength. It's a general distrust of freaking everything. Boy, that's hard. That's a hard way to live. That's really hard. And it's like you don't trust anything. So it's like a general paranoia that you're going to get hurt. It's all the sign, it's all a giant sign of a Three of Swords type situation, which I did have on the split, right? General Three of Swords situation, which Three of Swords is extreme heartbreak. And the thing is, I feel like this is something deep down way from childhood. You don't trust anything. You don't trust anything. The only time I've ever seen this level of distrust in my life, in which really I'm not super experienced with things, right? Sure, I'm experienced, but not that experienced. But the only time I've ever seen this level of distrust is usually with somebody who was in the system as a child. Meaning like in the child foster system or adoption system. For one reason or another. And so I've seen that with that. This is a heavy level of distrust for everything. And if you don't trust them, that also means you don't trust yourself. I think that was the important part right there. You don't trust yourself. If you don't trust them, you don't trust yourself to make the right decisions either. Because I'm sure that as a child, nobody trusted you to make the right decisions. Nobody trusted you either. Even though you said, you know, I don't like being here. Nobody trusted you to follow that. Nobody trusted you. Oh, got a bad situation that popped in my head. Somebody was abused in bad ways. Yikes. So somebody was abused in bad ways and you tried to tell somebody about it and they didn't trust you. And so it keeps replaying in your life over and over. You don't trust anything around you. You don't trust yourself because you've been told not to trust yourself and you believed them, which why wouldn't you? You're a child. So I need you. Oh, that's okay. Here we go. We're moving into the advice here because here it's automatically spilling out of my mouth. So the advice here is basically, I want inner child work. You may have heard of it. I recommend doing it. Going back to some of those memories about how you felt when somebody specifically told you, no, you're lying to me. Being accused of lying or whatever, right? I need you to go back to when you felt that. Because this right here, this Five of Pentacles, it's a child outside that door who's been left out alone. That's a child. Looks like a child. Anyway, I don't know if it is. Looks like a child to me though. Because it's a giant door, right? It's a giant door with a small person in front of it. That's what I see. So, you need to go back to that abandoned child. Okay? Go back to that abandoned child that's within. Review how It hurts so much. Cancer made me cry too. Oh my goodness. For the Sagittarius that I'm talking to, or this person who has major Sagittarius placements here, review those old feelings. Investigate those old beliefs. Because is it proper for you to believe that you are not trustworthy? Is it true? Ask yourself, is it true that I am not trustworthy? Is it true that nobody around me is trustworthy? Now, the thing is, there's a lot of really negative people that would be like, yes. But then I want you to be really, really honest with yourself and say, is it absolutely true that nobody, not one of them, is trustworthy? And if you still answer yes, I'm going to say, how do you know that? You don't. So is it absolutely true? No. Because we don't know. So it's that not knowing that makes things so difficult. It's that not knowing. It's putting your heart out there to be, to potentially be stomped on. Okay? That's the fear. We have such a big heart. And you've had that big heart since you were a child. And it was crushed when you were a child. It was crushed. So you heavily, heavily protect it. You protect it so much. And I can't say I blame you. Can't say I blame you. But for the Sagittarius I'm talking to who recognizes that this is the issue, I hope this helps, at least a little bit. It's a very complex issue, especially if you're a foster or adoption, kid. Very, very complex issue where this will not get rid of all of your problems, but a lot of times there's a big chunk that can be handled that can at least take some of the pressure off. You're always going to have triggers for the rest of your life. As long as you're alive, you have issues. We are humans. Every single one of us. I'm not saying just you as an adoption kid. I'm talking about every single one of us. If you're alive, if you are a Tibetan monk, I don't care. You have issues because we're human. We have the ego, we have the spirit, and then you have you in the middle balancing it all. So, your heart hurts. Oh, God. It hurts so much. So, yeah, Cancer got to me too. Let's move on. I'm hoping that helps a little bit at least with a little bit of perspective on that, okay? So, I really do. I really feel for you, and I'm sorry that you've dealt with that for so long. Oh, so let's talk about when it's time and your love is right around the corner and it's ready for you. Okay? Setting the alarm. What we've got coming up here is Seven of Wands. Now the thing is that this is not going to be a traditional card read right for this. I'm looking at symbols and stuff like that and whatever actually happens to come up from this. So it's more like a psychic reading. So, little background, the universe, you can set just about anything to be like a pattern that can pop up for you. The universe loves to talk in numbers. 11, 11, 12, 12, whatever, 3, 3, 3, that kind of thing. If you're watching this, you're aware of how people watch numbers like that. And when that number pops up for you, what does that mean? That kind of thing. Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about using that same concept, but for your own stuff. Okay? It's like programming it into the system here because it is a computer that wants to give you what you want. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to speak out verbally, out loud, because this is magic. You're going to speak out loud. Universe, please show me when it's time for the love of my life to come into my life, or the next meaningful love to come into my life. When it's time for me to reach out to that person that I've been wanting to reach out to. When it's time to do that. And so, the last time I've done this is I told the universe to tell me when it was time for me to do X. When it was the right time. And I had set it in the system, and then it told me. Like a week later, because I do it with all kinds of stuff. This, a lot of times for love to come into your life, that may take months. I just want to tell you that right now. But you're going to like, universe, please show me blank multiple times over the course of a week. Okay? Blank. Over the course of a week. With this card here, what I'm seeing is somebody doing yoga. Somebody doing yoga, or the actual symbol of like a snow globe, or someone doing this, okay? You know, meaning this stuff. So it could be, I've seen this emoji multiple times, you know, that kind of thing. So do whatever you want. Could be the number 7, because it's 7 of Wands. Is there anything else in here? This chick makes me think of that one girl that's here on YouTube. Her name is Adrian, who does yoga. Makes me think of that chick. Anyway, so set it in there and then forget it. Don't even think about it. Do not seek it out. I know it's really hard to say that. Easier said than done, because you want it to happen like now, right? But you cannot tell the universe when it can occur, because as you are traveling down your life path, down your yellow brick road, your star path, the universe is creating it in front of you. That's what I see when I imagine this stuff, is I see like pieces coming in as I make decisions and make requests. It comes in and like hammers into place. Boom, 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 for me to travel on. Right? That's what I see happening. You have to give it time to bring it together, because it's got to coordinate with a bunch of other crap, right? It's got to coordinate. So you have to give it time. Don't tell it the how, just tell it. And you don't even know when. You don't even know when. You can't tell it the when, because it's going to have to tell you. And this alarm tells you when. So that's what I like about it. I would recommend doing that. Practice it with stupid little things, you know. Don't do it with stupid stuff like, you know, cooking. Don't do it with that, because that's a little too short term, and better just to set a timer, an actual timer. But this whole thing of, oh, you know what, I need to send, you know, a resume to blah, 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 blah. I need to do this. When should I hire this person into my team? Set it for things like that. So it can tell you the when is the right time to do it. Because timing does matter. It really does. So, all right, Sag, that's what I've got for you today. Thanks so much for being here. I do appreciate you. You almost made me cry. If you have Cancer placements, major Cancer placements, go check it out. Go check out Cancer. So, because it was a very similar feeling there. Very similar feeling there. So, thank you so much. I'll see you next time.